With Liverpool and Man City both doubling in game week 25, we need to plan ahead in game week 24. Who am I going to get in this week? A Liverpool player or a Man City player? Let's talk about it in today's team selection video. Now, of course, we will start with the goalkeeper and defenders, but just a massive thank you for all the support on last week's video. We broke viewing records on the channel, and hopefully we go on to break them even more with videos to come all the way to the end of the season. But hopefully you enjoyed this video as much as you enjoyed last week's video, and let's get straight into that goalkeeper and defenders. So, goalkeeper, like normal, is either going to be Areola or Dubravka. Of course, Dubravka with the better fixture, therefore he's starting. I don't think the rotation has worked out as well as we all thought. I think from a financial point of view, you know, two cheap goalkeepers, you can't really complain. Even some of the big money goalkeepers aren't keeping clean sheets. So I don't think it's really something to worry about at the moment. But I do like the idea of possibly getting a double game week goalkeeper in soon, maybe an Alisson, or in the future a Bournemouth or Luton goalkeeper. Again, that just helps with the price. But moving on to defence, a little bit of a different tactic this week. I'm just not too sure about Gordon's minutes. That's why Gabriel is going to be starting. West Ham away for Gabriel, a difficult-ish fixture. I'm not sure how West Ham are going to perform. They haven't been too excellent recently. Arsenal slightly picking up the pace, really trying to push on and be title contenders. So I'm happy to start Gabriel. I think his minutes are secure at the moment. Hopefully that doesn't jinx anything. But yeah, I do think he's very secure in that Arsenal team. And yeah, they're playing quite well at the moment. So he's going to be starting in for Gordon. Unless we get Gordon news that he will start and he's fit, then I'll be more inclined to play Gordon. But at the moment, we just know Gordon has been pictured in training. I've seen a random Twitter clip, and one of the kids in one of the schools I teach at has said Gordon's back in training. That's not really a reliable source, but if it is, it is. Moving along the defence, Alex Moreno, really happy with him from last week. I think Aston Villa have something to prove from last night's fixture against Chelsea, getting beat by Chelsea. Manchester United at home. Manchester United have been picking up their performances recently, which is a little bit worrying to have an Aston Villa defender, but it's a difficult one. It really is, because I think I would rather play Gabriel over Moreno. If Gordon was fit, then Gordon would come in, Alex Moreno will be benched, but I think we've seen the attacking threat of Alex Moreno now, and yeah, I don't really want to miss out on that. That's the reason I brought him in. Not necessarily clean sheets. So, yeah, I think he's going to be starting for me this game week. Pedro Porro, again, I said this on last week's video and my TikToks. If you want to check out my TikTok, the link is in the description below. He's becoming more of an unattractive asset as the weeks go on, with blanks in 26, a mixed bag of fixtures, and now not really being on as many set pieces with James Maddison coming back into the side. Yeah, I honestly think Udogie is a better Spurs defender pick than Pedro Porro. He just gets higher up than him at the moment, it seems. I'm not sure if James Maddison really affects the side that much, but it really seems like it is. And again, goals conceded for Spurs, they're very high on that leaderboard in terms of the league. I think they were 17th in terms of expected goals conceded, which is not great whatsoever. But when you're so good going forward, maybe that negates that so much. But yeah, it's not looking great for Spurs defender owners at the moment. A lot of people looking to move them on, but I feel as though we've got to keep them in just for maybe 1 or 2 more weeks just to see how we get on. But yeah, he stays in the squad. Estupiñán, I'll say this as always, he's a set and forget player for me. He's got great fixtures up until 28, and then it's possibly looking to move him on. But yeah, good fixtures, attacking player. The worry is his minutes. Now, he did awful against Luton, got benched, started on the bench in his next fixture, and then came on. Does that mean he's going to start against Tottenham? I really hope so. But if he doesn't, then it really is time to move him on. We can't be having players in the squad who are just not playing. We've got to get players who are playing to rank up these points. But yeah, that is the defence, guys. Midfielders will be just a little bit of a shorter section. There's not too much to talk about in this department other than who am I getting in, a Liverpool player or a Man City player. Let's have a little chat about that. But before that, let's quickly go over the certainties within the side. Saka, I feel as though, is a certainty within the side. I'm not looking to move him on anytime soon. West Ham away, Burnley away, Newcastle at home, and Sheffield away. His next 4 fixtures. Not great, but not too bad. I think, again, I said this about Gabriel. Arsenal are looking a little bit better at the moment, so there's nothing that's deterring me away from Saka. I know the frustrations of other owners before this slightly better period was very high, but I feel as though that's mellowed out now. A lot of us are quite happy with owning Saka, especially him being a penalty taker himself. Speaking of penalty takers, Cole Palmer. Now, Cole Palmer is among the few that may be on the chopping block for me. I feel as though, yes, fantastic player on penalties, and he's a really key part of the Chelsea sides, but when you look at his fixtures that are coming up, the blanks coming up, I just don't think he's necessarily the best hold. You've got Crystal Palace away this week, followed by Manchester City away. Then the blank happens in 26. Coming back, you've got Brentford, Newcastle, then Arsenal. It's just not looking good in terms of fixtures, and of course blanking in 26 is not ideal, so he could be one of the people that move on away from my team. Phil Foden, that hat-trick against Brentford was absolutely fantastic. I was speaking in previous weeks that I was worried about Foden's minutes, but I think the words that Pep has said about him and the performance he's putting in, he's having a fantastic season. I don't think he's going to lose his place anytime soon, so he will be staying within the side, and especially with that double coming up in 25 with Chelsea and Brentford. I'm really liking Foden at the moment, so he's going nowhere. Of course, we have to talk a little bit about the players on the bench. You've got Gordon and Adingra, both midfielders. Of course, Adingra is injured. He hasn't featured in the squad in ages, so he could just be a straight swap for somebody else. To be honest, Gordon as well, with that slight injury worry, could be someone who moves, but of course I don't think it's as bad as an injury as we think. I believe he will play in the next few weeks, and he's got good fixtures over the next 6 game weeks or so, so he's going to be really helpful just to have around, especially with some players being out in like 26 and 29. So yeah, Adingra and Palmer would really be the ones that make way in the squad. I do believe that Palmer would most likely go in my case, just because I just don't think it's worth holding on to him. I might as well cash out on the money that I've made from him and get someone more useful in. And the player I'm really looking at the moment is Diogo Jota. I think that double coming up soon, especially with the fixture he has this week, is Burnley at home. Fantastic fixture this week, but also next week is the real reason that I'm bringing Diogo Jota in. He's got Brentford away and Luton at home as a double game week fixture. And as far as I can really make out, I do believe he's going to get really strong minutes in those fixtures. And we all know the quality Diogo Jota has. So yeah, that's really who I'm looking at. In terms of Man City players for the up-and-coming double, you could go possibly to a De Bruyne with Everton at home, Chelsea at home, and Brentford at home in that double next week. But yeah, I'm just not too sure on De Bruyne. We'll have to see how he kind of operates. It was very strange watching Man City against Brentford, because at times he would almost move out wide and kind of push Foden more centrally towards the box, which of course is fantastic for Foden owners. But De Bruyne, I'm just not too sure at the moment. Maybe we have to wait until Haaland's back and fit so he can be finishing these chances that De Bruyne is feeding them. But yeah, overall, I think Diogo Jota is the front runner in terms of transfers at the moment. So in terms of midfield, that is what I'm looking to do. Now, with the forwards, I'm quite happy with what we have achieved so far. We've got Haaland in, of course, good game week this week and a double next. This game week with Everton at home, I think Haaland registered the least expected goals against Everton in their last meeting, so it's a bit worrying in that sense. But, you know, Man City at home, always a better side, and I think we can look forward to Haaland's goals coming very soon. He got some fantastic chances against Brentford, of course, really new back from his injury. I didn't expect him to do amazing, but I did expect a little bit better against Brentford. There's some chances there that I really think you should be finishing, but overall, really happy to get him back in the side, and of course, with that double coming up, he's really a really attractive asset. Solanke, now I kept Solanke over keeping Watkins last game week, and of course, I missed out on a few Watkins points, but I did mention the only reason I wanted to keep Solanke was because that double coming up, and it was confirmed between that video and this video here today. So we've got a double for Solanke in 28, and it is a fantastic double of Sheffield United at home and Liverpool, no, not Liverpool, Luton at home. So yeah, a fantastic double for Solanke. A possible triple captain shout out. Of course, we have Haaland next week with his double, which is, you know, a little bit tempting, but yeah, that Solanke double is absolutely fantastic. 2 home fixtures against 2 newly promoted sides. Yes, Luton are getting a little bit better as a football club, and I think, you know, it will be a tough game. But you're looking at Sheffield, you know, conceding 5 against Aston Villa. What could Solanke do in that fixture? And across the double, I think his points will be fantastic. So a possible triple captain shout there. João Pedro, I say this all the time with my Brighton assets at the moment. I think it's a case of set and forget. I've got people who play good minutes for Brighton. They've got good fixtures. You know, they don't miss out on a 26 fixture, and they don't miss out on a 29 fixture. Yes, granted, that 29 fixture is a Man City at home fixture, but overall, in the next 6 game weeks, you've got 4 fantastic fixtures, and I think that João Pedro, the way he's playing at the moment, his minutes are secure, and hopefully he gets quite a few attacking returns across those weeks. That wraps up everything for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed today's video, drop a like and a subscribe. It supports me, and hopefully these videos are supporting you on your FPL journeys. But that's everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.